Welcome back to STL TV Live. Gregory Steen is here sharing his most memorable journeys with us today. We've been talking about his photographs and his photographs here in St. Louis with a Live magazine and some other publications as well, and then your journeys, your travel photography. So going back to the publications, what were some of the others that you've been working for here in town?
Sure. As I said, you know, I shot for a Live magazine. That was actually how I got really propelled in, like, say, nighttime photography magazines, and that led into Ladue News, Uptown Magazine, St. Louis Women's Magazine, Covenant Quarterly. Yeah. And then I've had some other ads in like the RFT and
yeah, there's a lot of publications in this town, and that's great that you've been able to tap into that work as a photographer. And
oh yeah, it's hard being a freelance photographer, and that's a great way to get going and get networking in this town.
Yeah, and going back, I mean, that's an interesting point too. Just being a freelance photographer, what advice would you give young people today who want to become photographers?
I just say go for it. You know, photography has been my passion my entire life, and you know, just get out and start doing it. I try to encourage, you know, when I had an art gallery, I try to encourage a lot of people. I had other photographers, I had students come in from high school, did their, had a show, and I just encourage them to get out there and do it. You know, what I did is same thing I tell them, and just call up the magazines and ask if they need any help with anything. And oftentimes you can get a couple times, you know, a gig here and there. Yeah,
yeah. There's work there, but you got to learn the digital world.
You do.
I mean, but who wouldn't these days? I mean, we all learn it just as we go through our days, through our lives, but photographers especially. Okay, so now going back, we were talking about Sri Lanka, and when you went there after the tsunami in 2004, but you seemed to be attracted to disaster, and you went down to New Orleans, right, after Hurricane Katrina. So tell us about that, and we're going to look at some of your pictures too.
Sure.
We've got some of those.
Well, I actually went twice. The first time I went down was Picayune, Mississippi, and that was basically about a week right after Hurricane Katrina hit. And a group of us from New City Fellowship went down there and just tried to help out what we can.
Were you there right after? Because I'm looking at these pictures on the screen.
Directly, yeah. It was directly. It was like 4 or 5 days, I think, after it hit that we went down there. About 8 months later, another church project, we went down and went into New Orleans and helped out down in the 9th Ward. And
now when you say help, I mean, I see all these photographs. Were you primarily documenting the work that was being done?
No, I was like involved and entrenched into the work itself. We were pulling trees off of houses.
Really?
We helped clear trash and rubble and debris that was on the roads.
And you must have seen things that changed your life.
Yeah, it was definitely an eye-opener. It was, you know, tragedy. That's one thing I'm glad to be a photographer, because I look at the art. It's art and it's history as it's happening. And I had some real-time emotional responses from people just looking around the devastation of their own property. Yeah, yeah. Now you've also journeyed outside this country. We were looking at some pictures in the last segment from Europe and other places. What about Brazil and the Amazon? That's one of your favorite places as well? Well, actually, I went down to meet a friend and to spend a couple weeks in the Amazon, and it was a great experience. Just I enjoy culture. I love getting out. Yeah. It's just phenomenal. Places like that, it's just hard to come by. And my friend is actually Brazilian, so she took me around to places that most tourists don't actually get to see. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. Would make anybody want to become a traveler. That's for sure. So, what's your favorite place you've shot? Oh man, that's a really tough question. I bet it is. That's probably not a fair question. You know, honestly, I just like all kinds of culture. Yeah. Do you have a plan? Where do you want to go next? Where do I want to go next? Tibet. Tibet. I got close. I got into Mongolia, but a German friend of mine, we keep talking about traveling to Tibet. Yeah. And I'm hoping one day I'll get there. So maybe this year. It's early in the year, 2013. We'll make that. This is the year for my new goal. Yeah, there you go. Well, that'll be your goal. So here's how you can learn more about Gregory Steen's photographs on his website. Here, it's avantartweekly.com. Is that right? Avante Art, yes. Avante Art. So be sure to check out his photographs there, and they're available for purchase on that site, or through the gallery only? Through the gallery only right now. Which is up in Hannibal, but you can learn about it on the site. Is that right? Yes. Okay, I just want to make sure our viewers know how to support you. So that's always the goal. And there's always upcoming events anyway. I do hold some local shows. I just don't have one today, but they are coming.
Yeah, well, be sure to come back and tell us when they're coming up.
Definitely.
So thank you so much for coming back to STL TV. So glad to have you, Brett. We do need to take a quick break, but stay with us for more of STL TV Live. We'll be right back.